Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the weird side of the internet. Sorry I've been gone, not to excuse my absence, but I've been doing a lot of important things, which, actually, if I time this correctly, you will be able to see what I've been doing and what I've been up to right now, actually, on my second channel, or I guess my first channel, really. On my first channel, my main channel, Megaloot, you could see exactly what I've been up to with The Stand, my newest short film. I'll leave it in the description. But enough plugging, I am officially back. Yeah! Today I thought it'd be fun to talk about something that I feel like isn't talked about enough, and that's Minecraft animations. Specifically, one Minecraft animator known as Zaminations. Zaminations? Minecraft itself has always been a staple on YouTube and the internet as a whole. I mean, it is literally one of the most popular games of all time for a reason, and people love it. You know what? Good on them. It's not my favorite game ever, but I still can play it and enjoy it with my friends and family and all that sort of jazz. It's a chill game, you know? What's funny to me and what really warrants this video in the first place is how YouTube in particular uses Minecraft to kind of content farm a lot of the time. I mean, listen, it's not all bad. I mean, some of our favorite YouTubers were Minecraft YouTubers. You know, DanTDM, Stampy Longnose, AFMAO, you know, all the greats, you know. Minecraft has something about it that makes it so inherently easy to just fake, you know? You could put effort into it if you want to, but you don't need to. You could just put a Let's Player box in the left-right corner and then put some Minecraft on screen, do some Minecraft parkour while an AI voice is talking, and bada bing, bada boom, you have a whole video that people are gonna watch. Besides Let's Plays themselves, there's also other facets of Minecraft YouTubers. A good example is the animations. It started out a few years ago with being parody songs, you know, like
like an Enderman.
I think they've all aged somewhat, some better, some worse, but I think regardless, age is definitely a factor in a lot of them being more ironic enjoyment nowadays. But listen, who cares? It's Minecraft. Let people be a little cringe. That's what I say. The reason why I picked Zaminations out of all these people to talk about is because they got something there that the others don't. Some sauce. And not in the good way either. I'm not talking like, ooh, man, their content makes you go, yee, that's so good. No, it's more like, I'm onto you. Something is off with these guys, and I'm here to find out what. Oh, by the way, if I happen to go on another hiatus after this video is released, they got to me, and you should probably go look for my body in the forest near my house. Zamination started out like any other, really, you know, song parodies. One of their first popular hits was where they animated Doki Doki Literature Club songs in Minecraft form, which is certainly a crossover. This stuff is so weird to me. Like, have you ever actually sat down and processed what this is? This is a song made by an entirely different person who made a music video entirely by themselves. And now this guy is just reanimating it and choreographing it with block people. It's especially weird too, because I'm sure some of you only know these songs from the animation from Minecraft. Like, it's so weird to me. Like, this guy almost took some of the popularity from the original song and he made money from it. Like, that's so weird to me, you know? But besides that, Zaminations in their early form is relatively harmless. You want to animate some Japanese schoolgirls in Minecraft form hanging themselves, have at it, bro. And trust me, if that was the extent of Zaminations' crafts, I wouldn't have made this video, but that is just scratching the surface. By the time his YouTube channel accrued more and more subscribers, eventually he started a series called Fazbear and Friends.
Welcome to Freddy's, please enjoy your stay.
Which I'm sure you can guess what that's about. Now this is where we start getting into some issues. Because obviously this is for kids. Let's not shit ourselves here. Like, look at this. It's written like a kid's show, and no, I'm not even talking like Cartoon Network regular show. I mean like Disney Junior type kids show, like I'm gonna see Doc McStuffins come through the room, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. You want to make some kids content for some kids? Sure, go ahead, have fun. I don't care. Kids need entertainment too. I mean, look at these plot concepts. Foxy loses his hook. Bonnie needs a new guitar. Chica gets sick. You know, classic, kid-friendly concepts with the whole Freddy gang. And look at this one. Circus Baby joins the... Boobs.
Boobies.
Boobies on my TV.
If you are intentionally pushing for a kids show audience, why do you have that? And no, you can't even argue that like this was just a part of the model or something. These are Minecraft characters. You have to specifically render that in. So don't try and extort the children with this. There's a really weird way they treat women in this show, specifically Baby, and I don't really know how I feel about it.
I like to consider myself an honest fox. And I'd be lying if I said that Toy Chica wasn't looking like a big old snack right now.
But you know what? Sure, fine. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt here. It's technically not a kid's show. I mean, you can comment on these videos, which means they themselves are clicking the button on YouTube, meaning that it's not specifically for kids. I mean, I can argue against that, but they are saying it's not, so I can't really debate them on it. On top of that, even if it is for kids shows do little sexual adult jokes all the time. I mean, remember that scene from Steven Universe where there's a whole episode about the mailman pining after Garnet?
How are you able to swim to the bottom of the ocean?
It was easy. I'm a really good swimmer.
Hold on, wait. Hey!
However, this brings us on to issue 2 that I have. Originality. No, I'm not going to step up on my soapbox and say something like you can't be inspired by something, because that's just blatantly wrong. Every single piece of media on the planet is inspired by something. All right? We're not... We don't make up ideas out of thin air. We are all unoriginal in some way. Nothing wrong with that. My problem is when you just straight up, like, rip off a song and... Like, that's it?
Now hold on, guys. Let's just think about this for a second. Guys?
I was on top of the world living high. Right in my pocket.
Was on top of the pizzeria living high. With all his little robot friends. Strange things are happening to Freddy.
Ain't no doubt about it.
No, I'd like to once again remind you, there's nothing wrong with doing like a parody. Okay, Weird Al Yankovic does parodies. He's great. But the thing is with Weird Al is that the reason why his work is because he takes the original beat, the original concept, makes it sound somewhat similar most of the time, and then adds super silly lyrics on top of it, making it not a replacement for the original song. That is just straight up a replacement.
And I have to get permission from Iggy Azalea by this particular date.
But fine. I'm nitpicking, I'm grasping at straws. Fine. I'm a very forgiving man. I can let a lot of things slide. So, I'm going to give you another pass on this one, okay? Then we get on to reason 3 that I think they're odd. Zaminations is probably the #1 Minecraft content farm I have ever seen. Like, it's actually fucking ridiculous. First things first, every single episode of Fazbear and Friends has a version and a B version. Both are uploaded in length and are basically the exact same episode with like 1 or 2 tweaks in certain scenes. Basically a type A version of the show and a type B version of the show. I guess because the writers had 2 ideas for how the plot regression would go, and they just wanted to show both. On top of the A and B versions, you also have like YouTube shorts. Cute little videos of just like random things happening in the cast and crew that are outside the main episodes. So this is fine. Go off. I think most people should do this, especially when you're animating stuff and making shows. On YouTube, you can't really take months on end to make another episode, or else people kind of forget about you, and boy, I'm learning my lesson with that. And so they upload a bunch of mini episodes between mainline episodes. That is fine. Go off. That's actually fantastic. Here's my issue, though. They trick you. Let's say you want to watch the brand new Fazbear and Friends mini episode, or regular episode for that matter. You click on it, right? And it's like 30 minutes, maybe sometimes an hour. Wow, that's great. I can't believe they made so much content. I'm going to click on it. The new shit they made ended like in 10 minutes, and the rest is just re-uploaded shit. Non-stop, just replaying the same video over and over and over again. Airing out their old video after the new one just to get a longer watch time. Which, for little kids, I can't lie, is kind of messed up. Kids are not going to be able to tell whether or not they're watching a new episode. They're just going to keep on watching. Which, once again, Why are you manipulating children? That's not nice, guys. And it's not even like that. The amount of uploads they've done, which is just re-uploading old content, is insane. They've probably re-uploaded old content more than they've made new content. Now, you know what? I will pull off from the shitting for but a moment. They have made some good stuff. Recently, they've worked with the Amazing Digital Circus cast and made a banger song, actually 2 in fact, which are great, and it ties into the main show perfectly. So they're not all bad. I'm not saying that. They have some good stuff. But that's exactly my point on why I'm badgering them so much. You guys are good. You guys make good stuff. You don't need to do this to like get ahead. Y'all are great. Y'all can be fine. But no, I guess everybody wants an extra dime, which I can't blame you for. I can't. I'm still gonna make fun of you though. Not only did Zamination continue to expand out their palettes, including series like Among Us, Baldi's Basics, Bendy and the Ink Machine, Friday Night Funk, and all that jazz, they've even invented some OCs like Purple Girl.
I'm giving in too much temptation. That's just my natural inclination.
Do you think God stays in heaven because he too lives in fear of what he's created?
Glad to see that we moved on from sexualizing robots and now we're sexualizing gender-bent versions of a serial killer. Whatever, it's not like Tumblr hasn't done enough of that. But speaking of Purple Girl, I'd actually like to use her as an example of how fucked up their content farming is. Let's take a look at their second channel, shall we? Zamination 2. Wow, I know, so evil, right? Having a second channel? How could they? On their second channel, they upload all sorts of interesting things, mostly including behind-the-scenes works of the stuff they make on their main channel, which makes sense. That's what you probably do on a second channel. My issue, however, is what they upload on this channel. For the Purple Girl video, they have, and I quote, a behind-the-scenes version, an A and B version of that music video, an A versus B version of that video where they compare and contrast side by side both versions together, a 1-hour compilation of that video, a lyric version of that video where they have lyrics on screen, a nightcore version of that video where they speed up the video, a something isn't right version where they simply have the video glitch with the behind the scenes version sometimes, an OG versus something isn't right version, a everything is wrong version, which is somehow different from the something isn't right version because everything is now glitched out, a wrong versus OG version, an English versus Spanish version, an only sound effects version. And last but not least, an in reverse version. That's right, they have a version of the video that is just in reverse. And need I remind you, in every single one of these on this list, they include multiple other versions of it to reach an hour. So they're content farming the content farm videos. And on top of all that, every single one of these videos has these versions of them on Zaminations 2. There is over 30 versions of one video on that channel at a time. What are we doing? This isn't your average content farming anymore. This is some advanced content farming. But you know what? I like to have a happy ending with these videos. Because in a way, they did improve. A little bit. You see, I like to think that Zaminations noticed what they were doing and tried to be better and make a change. Starting with Fazbear and Friends Season 2, they had a whole episode where they killed off all their content farm mascots besides Freddy and Friends, as they broke the fourth wall a bit and stated how they kind of lost the plot. Now, let's be clear here, they're not particularly good still. I mean, the shit they pull is still very odd. Like, who the fuck is Ali and Kazam? And why are they so important now? Ultimately, I just wanted to share my little finding with you guys because I found this super interesting. And no, do not shit on them, nor do I implore you to shit on them because I think they do make some good stuff. I just find some of their choices a little odd. But just because I disagree with them doesn't mean that they're inherently wrong with what they do. I think everybody's entitled to an opinion on the subject. If you guys want to discuss what they do and your opinion on them, professionally in my comment section, go ahead. I love discourse and I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the little bell thing on top. I don't usually click it, but if you do, maybe you'll meet Emily and Kazam and finally figure out what the fuck they're up to.
If life is Undertale, then I am Sans. Life can be beautiful